Have you ever woken up at 2 a.m. to need to know more information about frogs? Well, if you have, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Yeah, What of It podcast. My name's Jake.
My name's Harry.
And as always, I'm Kehan.
Just as a heads off for the first sort of 5 minutes of this, I apologise for any background noise. I am currently cooking my missus' dinner.
Ah, what are you cooking?
The old spaghetti a la vegetarian. But luckily, I made myself a huge old bowl of wings to eat while I cook her vegetables. So
Lovely.
Cross-contamination, fuck it.
How's everyone's week been, though?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things to share this week.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was listening to a podcast the other day.
And it wasn't us.
I binge listened to ours earlier today as well, and I'd recommend everyone to do so. Yeah, so it's this podcast, and it was a spooky one, and it's where this host gets people to call in, and they discuss their paranormal events. And this woman called in, and she starts talking. You know when you just hear a tone of someone's voice, and you're like, that's not right. Something's off.
Yeah.
So she starts laying out this story where, to be honest, it was just your classic poltergeist haunted house bollocks.
Yeah.
And she said something which has stuck with me all week since we last recorded. I listened to this podcast the day after we last recorded, and it stuck with me all week. She said,
Yep.
I was like a holiday camp. And she said, I was a counsellor at a holiday camp, normal human things. Those were her exact words. I wrote those words down because they stuck with me, and I thought, that's such a bizarre... It's just fucking weird. Why would you say that?
It sounds like that Asda movie with the cow. Hello, humans, do you want to go skateboards? It just reminds me of that. So that's exactly the same phrase that cow would say.
But yeah, that was weird thing number one that sort of disturbed me. Number two of what's disturbed me was I went on Etsy about half an hour ago to look at some pins and stuff, because I like pins. And I was looking at just Avatar Last Airbender pins. I had something recommended to me which was not relevant at all, and it is vile. Okay? I'm going to share a link now in the Discord.
Viral artwork Dogman is that... Fuck's sake, what is
that?
Yeah, that's...
They're selling a white Kehan on Etsy. What's going on?
What the hell is...
Okay, so obviously people can't see this. What it is described as is something... It's just called Dogman. It's a model, I would hope, of a cross between a dog and a man, except it's horrific. So instead of paws, there's hands, and it's all fleshy, but it's got like a human-sized head, but it's got the body of like a dachshund or something. It's horrific, and they've posed this weird sculpture in like different poses. Like there's one of it coming out of I don't know if it's a rabbit hutch or if that's like a child's.
It looks like it, yeah.
It's weird. It's going for $6.5 grand.
$6.5 grand.
Yeah.
And it's one of a kind, unrepeatable. It's one of a kind, hand molded.
This person also sells. It's like a fetus. They sell a fetus. Yeah. They sell like a goblin fetus.
Just looking at all the other stuff they show, and it just gets worse.
I didn't want to click on it because I didn't want. It's in 12 baskets.
There's one in 12 baskets. What?
Yeah. How's it got 5 stars when someone's like, "Oh, very cute, arrives on time"?
There's one where they've merged a baby with a tick.
I just saw that one. That's what I read. Is that how you feel, Harry, when you look at star-nosed moles? Because...
Oh, absolutely. Like without a doubt. It's just terrible. Like I'm gonna have to close that tab now because it's making me feel sick.
Why did this get recommended to you?
Harry, what are you searching?
Well, that's the thing. The only thing I've ever bought off Etsy are pins. Pins you put in clothes, or I've got a pin of a load of members of the Justice Society of America.
Yeah.
I think I've got a Green Lantern one. I think that's all I've ever bought off of Etsy. So I don't know why this has been recommended to me.
You've been looking at weird shit on Etsy and just not buying it. That's it.
I swear I have not been looking at a human baby tick dog hybrid on Etsy. What I don't understand is that like you said, Jake, people have got this in their baskets. So not only has someone gone, oh, you know what would be really cool to make is just a monstrosity, but then someone's gone, oh, you know what my home could really do with is a baby crossed with some sort of dog, monkey, zebra, emu thing.
Yeah. You know, when your home's lacking that certain je ne sais quoi, you've got to buy yourself a dog baby.
How have your weeks been?
Okay.
There's a question mark on the end of that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember my week, to be fair. The week started off quite bad with minimal sleep and being scared of my own foot at one point. I forgot that I had a foot. It was under my desk. Then there was some bloke, right? So he's left. He's quitted. He quit my work like a week before he quit. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start working from home," and everyone was like, "Okay." Then he decided one of the brand new monitors we had upstairs, he needed to take that home. He quits. He then turns up to work, and I'm in charge of returns now. But bearing in mind, he's been at the company for many years, and I've been there not so many years. I was like, right, let me just get your forms out. Let's see what you're missing. Where's the monitor? Just off the bat. Where's the monitor? And he was like, oh, I thought I packed it. And he turns to his missus.
Classic.
And he went, did you not put the monitor in the car? She was like, oh, I thought you put the monitor in the car. No. I'm like, all right, he's trying to steal a monitor. Okay, you've been caught now, so you'll bring it back. I went through his forms, seeing what he's missing. It's like, oh, there's a Samsung Galaxy tablet you're missing. And he was like, no, I returned that. And I went, I'll go look downstairs, because maybe you did. 2021 was quite a long time ago. I went, it's not downstairs, mate. And everyone else who returned theirs has got paperwork for it, so yours is currently missing. He was like, oh, well, I've moved house since then, and, the sky's been blue. Within 30 minutes of leaving the office, he WhatsApp, or he Teams'd me. Yeah, found it. Yeah, but then he's spent the whole day. Bear in mind, he left as of yesterday. I officially no longer works for the company. He spent the whole day on his Teams account, to the point where we've had to block him from it because he just keeps trying to log in and find a way to use it. But yeah, so that's been my week.
I've just remembered I've had two more weird incidences that I've just remembered. These are only short ones though. Number one, I went into town and I bought a load of Nick Cage films, and I went up to the till to pay for them. They don't usually talk to you. The guy's checking stuff out, and I handed the stuff over. He looked at me, looked at the films, looked up at me again, and went, "You're in for a bit of a weird night with Nick Cage." And I looked at him and I was just like, "Yeah, you could say that."
That sounds like you wanked to him, Harry.
Yeah, I now realise this. So I bought those films, and we chatted about Nick Cage for a while. We left, and I came back the next day to get another Nick Cage film. And I got it, because I'd been looking in the wrong section the day before and couldn't find it, but I was in the right section. So I bought that one. Different guy serving. Give him the DVD. He looks at it and goes, "You going to have fun with Nick Cage?" Different guy, same vibe, which concerned me. I bought Willy's Wonderland, which I've seen before. I just wanted it on Blu-ray because it's great. And he was like, "Oh, have you seen it before?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I've seen it before." And he just went, "Oh, you couldn't ask for a better film. It is perfection." I stood there and I just nodded my head, but inside I was thinking, it's a great film because it's not great. And the fact that this guy unironically thinks that this is the best film that anyone's ever made alarms me. And the second thing was, I was out walking today past this little corner shop, and this guy comes out. He's like 6 foot tall. And I thought my glasses were smudged or something. So I take them off, I wipe them clean, put them on, and he's dressed in a full-body Minion costume. I was so close to going up to him and saying, "I'm really sorry, mate, can I get a selfie? It's for a podcast." But I didn't because of social anxiety. But he came out of the shop and I was like, "Oh my God, what is happening?"
And the Minions follow us everywhere.
Yeah, the Minions follow us everywhere. It was so bizarre. But yeah, I thought, I got to share this. But those were the other two things.
Oh my God.
But how's your week been, kid?
It's the same every single damn week. Working in IT is non-stop stress. As per today, where I got you two to try and run a simulation for me just to try and understand what's going on. They don't know the difference between the delete and rename button, which, fair enough, are right next to each other.
And if you know that you don't have a recycle bin because it's been disabled for safety reasons, you be extra careful.
I get that, but I tried it, doing it really fast, just swinging my hand to try and accidentally click it, and it's really damn hard because I'm sure they must have deleted things before to know that the button was there, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I can understand maybe if they were right clicking and doing something else and they accidentally clicked delete. But no, they were there renaming stuff. So now I'm having to struggle with some person who deleted months worth of work and I can't get it back.
I'm not gonna lie. I saved a Word file as the word test. I struggled to rename it for quite a bit because I right clicked it looking for the word rename and it wasn't there. I was too embarrassed to tell you what had gone on, so I just pretended like it. I did rename it. Test 2 now lives on my OneDrive, but
Wow.
but I full on. I was like, I can't say anything because obviously Kehan was like, "Can you rename it?" And then I saw Harry's reply. Of course I can. I'm not a fucking idiot. And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't rename it." I started panicking and like, crying at my desk.
Jake's just sweating.
I had so much to do today, and instead I fucking sat there crying about the rename function for Microsoft. I'm that guy who just walks along quietly and they're like, "Oh, he's so smart." I'm not. I'm just terrified of saying the wrong thing, so I just follow the crowd. When I was in basic training, they were like, "Oh, we're going to go do a day out in London and go see a bunch of museums and whatnot." Everyone had to dress up in suits and we all had head shades, so we all looked the same, right? We got given these audio guides of the
Oh yeah.
of the museum. One of the lads got his stuck in French. I was like, "Do you know what? I'll have that one, mate. Don't worry. I like hearing the French lady just whisper in my ear. You know, we could do this. You know." I was like, "Oh, nice. Oui, monsieur." So I banged that on, and I'm just wandering around, and then a group of these people went behind the curtain. So I was like, "Let's see what's behind the curtain." Just strolling about, and this lady came up to me, and she was like, Excuse me, sir. This is a private tour. You can't be here." And because I'm a little bit deaf, I had my headphones quite loud. So I took the headphones off. All she's heard is the French noise. And I've just given her like a blank look and just went, "Eh?" And she's like, "Oh, no, sorry." She's just assumed I'm one of her tour. And then I got a private tour of the museum with a bunch just pretending to be French.
Intro extra music.
I am going to take the lead this week.
Oh.
I have one normal news story, and it's been apparently a very spooky week, so I've got one or two spooky ones.
Yeah.
My first news story, which isn't spooky, former bin man who was sacked for karate kicking Snowman's head off appears back in court.
Oh, no way.
I remember
the video
that
of
guy.
him.
Yeah.
Have you
What a legend.
seen the video?
Yes, I've watched that shit on repeat. I've watched the remixes.
I have never seen this video or heard of this news story. So I went and Googled the video, and his form is impeccable.
It's sick.
He is very talented. Like, I think he's a bit of a nutcase. However, the road is obviously slippery or probably icy because that snowman's standing quite fine. Now that snowman is around about 6 foot tall, apparently. He straight up gets his leg from just a standing normal position, dead straight, hits just the head, clean off. Like, that's pretty skilled, to be honest.
Right, so why is he back in court though? I'm confused.
Oh, he he went into a police station wanting information, and then when he didn't get it quick enough, he started smashing up police station doors. And then they restrained him and said, "Do you have any weapons on you?" And he said, "Yes, I have a kitchen knife in my sock."
It's a slippery slope, we now know. Kick a snowman, try and stab a police station. It's, you know.
Yeah, it's a gateway drug, kicking snowmen. 1 minute you're just doing it for fun, a little bit of, I want to try it, see what it's like. Next minute now you got knives in your socks. That's my normal news. You've tuned into Harry's Mystery Segment. Eerie ghost hitchhiker spotted by, I think I'm supposed to say driver, in chilling dashcam footage. I don't think this is anything special, but it's a little bit spooky. This guy was driving along, and there's I don't know what it is. It could be a blur. It could be a child. But the dash cam footage is so shit. Who knows?
That's a moth.
It could be a moth as well. He says there was a strange figure walking by the side, but I think you're right. I think it's a moth.
It's definitely a moth.
Update 2: Loch Ness monster spotted off English coast. Great news for cryptid fans out there.
Wait,
We
who
got
posted
him.
this? Is this the Lad Bible one?
Possibly.
If it is,
Yeah.
you're not gonna like what I'm about to tell you.
Why?
Was it the Lad Bible one?
Yeah.
Kehan,
This is
shitter
Lad
of
Bible.
dream.
This is Lad Bible's update today.
We posted a fake news article to show how misinformation.
It was their Loch Ness monster one. Prove misinformation.
Update number 3: Dozens of girls collapse at Colombian school after playing with Ouija boards. 28 schoolgirls taken to
Ouija
hospital
board?
with anxiety. Parents warn each other to investigate. So, don't know why this has happened. I think it's just mass hysteria. However, some schoolgirls, obviously in Colombia, as the headline says, decided to whack out a Ouija board in the middle of school. Don't really know why you would do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Used to.
The article doesn't say if anything happened whilst they were doing the Ouija board. However, 11 of them collapsed straight after using the Ouija board. 5 of which, aged between 13 and 17, were taken to hospital because they were vomiting, had abdominal pains, and were experiencing muscle spasms. Oh no. Hang on.
No?
Ignore those ones, those 5, ignore them. They just had food poisoning. However, the remaining 17 were all experiencing extreme anxiety to the point of couldn't do fuck all, and they were hospitalised. They don't know why.
I've got 2 questions there.
Yes,
Okay.
fire away.
Question numero uno.
Yeah.
What 17-year-old thinks, do you know what I should do? A Ouija board with a bunch of 13-year-olds.
That's the end of spooky news for this week. It's a shame that half of them were hoaxes, but there we go. I still believe they're out there waiting for me. I swear.
My news story is I fully back it because I'm an avid wingman. I love wings. I was telling Jake just before we started recording this how I felt for wings earlier this week, and I absolutely demolished 20 wings before realizing why it happened. Well, the news story I got is there is a man that is suing Buffalo Wild Wings, which is a chain of wing restaurant in
I like them.
Yankee Doodle Land.
Yeah.
After claiming boneless wings are just chicken nuggets.
Oh, I saw this. And to be honest, I thought of you guys.
It's true that they are just chicken nuggets. They're not wings that have the bone taken out of them. They're just random bits of chicken squished into a wing shape.
Yeah,
which
I'm fully
infuriates
with
me.
this guy. Yeah, I'm backing this.
It absolutely infuriates me, and basically, he's claiming it for false and deceptive marketing after claiming, the bonus wings are just nuggets and are nowhere on the wing. But I mean, it's like you go to KFC and then you order, I only have a strip meal. I don't like the bones. Shut the fuck up, get out of here, and go eat a salad, you prick. It just tastes better. It just tastes better when it's on the bone.
Bone makes
Now it's not all
better.
cases. It's not all cases.
Yeah.
Like a filet mignon steak, a filet mignon is just a really good piece. There's no bone on it, but then at the same time, like a T-bone steak, banging, belter. The bone there's flavour in it. The marrow.
I think
I don't know the sides.
if the option to cook it with a bone is presented, then you definitely should.
Yeah. Exactly.
If
Exactly.
lasagna came with a bone, you'd cook it with the bone and it'd be 4 times as good as normal lasagna.
We can put a bone in your
It's like-
lasagna if you want.
Please don't.
It's like what's better, a rack of ribs or a McDonald's McRib?
I've never
You
had a
can't
McRib.
compare the two.
Yeah.
You can't compare the two. One is pretending to be ribs, the other one is ribs. And I can't compare them because they even molded to look like ribs.
Yeah, I know, but it's not the same meat. That's like saying, would you rather a rack of ribs or boneless ribs?
Okay, what would you rather? Let's say 2 ribs from, I don't know, a meat place, or a Rustler's rib sandwich. Because Rustlers do rib sandwiches.
That's obviously not a question.
So the ribs I receive, are they cooked? Like, both of them cooked, or do I have to make them myself?
No, they're cooked. You don't have to. Don't even worry about it. They're cooked.
Rustlers can go kill themselves.
Rustlers are like a proper, I've got no other options.
Sometimes
kind of
I'd choose
vibe.
a Rustlers. Sometimes I would choose one.
No.
I have a sweet spot for Rustlers products and also burgers which have mayonnaise on them, but the mayonnaise has the consistency and mild flavour of paint.
Oh no. Oh no.
I like those two things.
Today has actually been quite a chill one. Bing suggested something today regarding.
It always does. It
always does.
Every week you start it off by going, "Oh, I was on Bing."
So Bing has
Uses
given
Bing.
me. I use Bing. I am the sole user of Bing.
Just Jake. He's the only one that uses it in the entire
So
world.
much.
Good. So Bing has delivered 2 things today. One is a link back to an old news story that I gave, which is a little brief one, so I'm going to tie it up nicely. Do you remember when I mentioned about our good friend Steven Seagal got a Medal of Friendship from Putin?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
In response to that, 3 days ago, Steven Seagal now declares himself 1,000,000% Russian and lashes out at the US for disinformation.
Oh, but he's just not though. Like factually, he's not 1,000,000% Russian.
You can't be, but his argument is that his dad is Russian, 100%, and his mother had no family, and so she became Russian by proxy.
Hold up, 1 minute. I have just Googled Steven Seagal mother, and according to Gni.com, her name is Patricia A. Seagal, which apparently has been shortened from their original name of Siegelman. She was born on Rhode Island. She was born on Rhode Island, United States, 9th of January 1940. Yeah. She is not Russian.
But she does not have parents, according to Steven Seagal. So this was a small nugget of happiness that Bing delivered to me. But then Bing also said,
"Hey, Jake, have you ever heard of this place called Atlantis?"
And within 2 seconds, my brain devolved into, where can we find Atlantis? Let's go find Atlantis.
Absolutely.
So my work notebook is now useless because it's full of notes on Atlantis. And I need to do more digging into the Santorini government and why they won't permit this man, who he's just a businessman who read Plato's writings and also the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and then decided where Atlantis was. He's decided it's off the coast of Santorini, but Santorini won't let him dive there to take pictures, which I think is a really big red flag.
That is a red flag.
If I say the lost city of Atlantis is 10 kilometers off the coast of Santorini, can I take some pictures underwater? And the Santorini government goes, no, you can't. Something's under there that they don't want you to see.
I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take this on the road. We're just going to have to go to Santorini and persuade them to let us find Atlantis. We'll say, listen, we're from this podcast you've never heard of, and no one else has ever heard of. One of us really wants to find Atlantis. The other one's done fucking shit tons of research on it, and the other one's a bit indifferent. Please.
Out of all the ancient things, that's the least thing I would want to see. Out of like the ancient wonders.
The least you would want to see is Atlantis.
Yeah.
Are you mental?
The two top ones I'd probably want. Actually, I have three out of the ancient ones I would want to see. Is Hanging Gardens of Babylon,
Fair. Yeah.
Colossus of Rhodes, because that seems like a cool fucking statue.
Yeah.
That's gone.
It is gone.
It's gone. Or the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
What about inside of a pyramid? Because I've been looking into how we could get inside one.
Oh, you can go into some pyramids, not the cool main ones, but it's one of the standard scams. If you go to Egypt, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you can come in pyramid," and then they'll just send you to this like absolute dingy one that smells of damp.
Taking of it on the road is a ideal of mine. I'm looking to assemble our team of adventurers. Essentially, shenanigans we can do before we go on holiday.
It's not a holiday; it's an expedition. This is crucial to remember.
Hold on. Here's one small thing we have to overcome first, right? And you might think it's going to sound crazy. Have any of you done urbex before? Urban exploration?
No, because I'm not a nonce.
Okay. And so now you want to go look at all these places, right? Yeah, you're going to run into some issues. First one, how do you know what to do when in trouble with people who tell you you're not supposed to be there?
You run away.
You pretend to be French.
Okay, cool. I want to go into the pyramids. I'm fairly certain I do not want to end up on an episode of Banged Up Abroad.
I've been to get in legally.
I think we're coming at this from two different angles.
Stop trying to get us in urban exploring places where there's
No,
heroin
this is what's
needles
cool.
and AIDS.
We have Jake's military experience, and then just me and you, Harry. What's the law on owning human remains?
I don't think you're
Jesus
allowed
Christ.
without.
Can I just take a skull?
No,
No,
Oh, where'd you get that? Found it?
you can't take that shit through customs.
I don't think you can do finders keepers with the French government.
Ah,
So hang on,
Alright.
we got Jake, who's Sky Captain of the yesteryear. I'm quite happy with Captain Cryptid. However, Kehan, you still haven't. We need a
He's
captain
the
for
Witch
you.
Doctor General.
which doesn't general. I will perform Ooga Boogas.
But to be fair, right, guys, I have looked into two UK-based, slightly less "we're going to die" myths we can hunt. I'll pitch them to you outside of the podcast at another time.
Yeah.
We can do it in the field.
Show me what you've got.
I think it's time to choose a question. Number 33. Who is the worst Avenger? Let's go off of the MCU ones.
That's super easy.
We're going worst as like
Just
like
whatever
their
you want,
powers, or just how they were portrayed.
how you feel.
let's go with what they add to the team.
Right, so I think the answer, right, is War Machine.
Nah, the thing is,
Okay.
I did think that.
The reason War Machine is the worst one, in terms of adding things to the team, right, is he's a duplicate of Iron Man. You've already got
True.
you've got Vision and Captain America. They all do separate things. Bucky's got his arm and he's a Russian sleeper cell, right? Even Wasp and Ant-Man, although are very similar, Wasp can fly and Ant-Man does his own thing, right? War Machine is just Tony Stark's Iron Man with shiter weapons.
You know what it's like? It's like that meme of, oh, can we have Iron Man? No, we've got Iron Man at home.
And it's just
And it's War Machine. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Mantis.
oh,
Yeah,
Shitty.
I'll accept that because
She was
all of them
shitty.
joined the Avengers.
She just felt like there to just add numbers to the thing. Don't get me wrong, I did think War Machine, but I was like, there must be someone wank.
John and Harry, what's your true answer to this?
I'm going to go with Falcon before he became Captain America.
Really?
So when he was just Falcon, because if you look at what he can actually bring to the team, it's like War Machine. It's nothing they haven't already got.
He's just a shit version of War Machine because he can fly, but he's not fully bulletproof. And
Yeah,
he doesn't have a Gatling gun.
it's like they said, I want War Machine. And they said, have we got War Machine at home? And it's Falcon.
Oh, God.
I don't mind him as Captain America because obviously Steve's fucking old as shit or dead. I can't remember. Oh, he's just a wasted space, really, isn't he?
The fact that Hawkeye is more viable than Falcon upsets me.
Yeah, like Hawkeye brings
Yeah.
something a bit different because he's got all that spy training and everything else. But Falcon is, yeah, like you said, as a character, I think he's really cool. But as a member of the Avengers, he's not bringing too
Yeah.
much. So to conclude there, the worst Avengers are either War Machine or Falcon because they literally add nothing.
Or Mantis.
Or Mantis, sorry, yeah, because they add nothing.
If you put Mantis in the War Machine uniform, she is more useful than Rhodey, right? It's just a normal bloke in there. There's no one special inside the fucking suit. So put Mantis in it and you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, literally put Mantis in either the Falcon costume or the War Machine suit.
Put her in both, fuck it.
Put her in both, combine them. Oh, sorted.
There we go.
We fix
Solve
the Avengers.
We have fixed the Avengers.
In a shortened version of Julius Caesar's great speech, I came, now I saw. Have a lovely evening. Catch you on the flippity flop.
Fucking hell.
Flippity flip flip flop flop.
Sorry.
Right.